today we're going to talk all about teaming, because teaming is amazing. I was able to win one of the largest contracts that I've ever been involved in as a result of teaming, well over $20 million. A particular person that I'm working with had met with someone who maybe they will team with, maybe they won't. And this person said, oh yeah, if we come together, let's say there's 10 positions, you would get 4, I would get 6. Something of that matter, because I would have to perform 51 as the small business. And that is something that is discussed time and time again around this whole division of work. How does this really work? First, we got to take a step back. First and foremost, there has to be a reason why you two are coming together. No one is looking to partner with you just because they want to help you out. There's a reason. Maybe they remember when they were like you and potentially they want to help you. I just don't buy it. No. There's a reason that you're coming together. Company A needs you. It could be your set it side. It could be your experience. It could be your relationship to the client. It could be your skill set. It could be that they're so tapped out, they have so much work that they need to partner with you because they know that you're going to run with the work. Meanwhile, they can handle the back end of it all. So that is first and foremost. So before jumping into what is it, 51, 50, 49? I know my math. What is the division? Can it be 50-50? Before even looking at these numbers, think like an entrepreneur. Why should the two of you, or maybe there's 3 or 4 or 5, why should you all come together for this work? And is it profitable for you? So let's say magically, yes, there's a reason that the two of you have decided to come together on this amazing day in front of all these amazing people, and you are to bid on work that is for 10 full-time equivalents, for instance. And you both are small businesses. In that particular situation, let's say each full-time equivalent was worth $100,000 and there's 10. So yeah, the prime contractor could say, yes, I will have 6, you will have 4. That makes sense. They're the prime. They're all the same labor position. And as the prime, they're going to have to submit an invoice. They're going to have to submit monthly reports. They're responsible for all this back end that you, the sub, you may not have to do. You may have to submit a monthly report to them in which they have to then forward it to the client. But in reality, they're going to be doing a little more work. Now, using that same example, let's say of those 10 positions, one of them is a project manager and the dollar amount is $200,000. And let's say they have the project manager position. Well, you may argue, hey, this position is worth $200,000. So could we just do 5 and 5 because this project manager FTE is making substantially more than the other full-time equivalent slot? Is that an option? Of course it's an option. The 51-49 split, it's going to vary based on the situation, the contract. There are actual contracts where you could have a variety of labor categories ranging from $25, let's say hypothetically, to $300. Is it wise to then just base it on numbers? Is it better to maybe base it on dollar value or effort? Definitely. Because often what will happen is there will be a seasoned prime contractor ready to take full advantage of you and your naivete, knowing all along what they're doing. Y'all are GovCon winners, so we're not here for that. You're not here for that at all. You're here to have profitable government contracts. And in order to be profitable, you must be full of knowledge. Another example for you. My flagship company all the time will receive opportunities for training. So let's say, just throwing out numbers, let's say my company received $20,000 for a 4-day training. So then the vast majority of the management, curriculum development, the phone calls with the clients, arranging everything, turning in the invoice, even signing the actual contract, vast majority is under the flagship company. Even if we sub out all of the facilitation, let's say there's a facilitator and even a co-facilitator, it's okay, because when you look at the workload and you look at the terms of the contract, there's nothing there where one is going to raise a flag and say, I'm not really sure if they're really doing this. The situations that are tricky is when one literally creates a shell company where they say, look, I'm a entrepreneur. I would really love to get into this government contracting business. How about I just create a business? We partner, you do all the work, and I'll make it seem like I'm the one in charge. No. It's not going to last that long. And the thing is about the federal government, although it's the federal government and it's federal government contracting, there's no this grand authority who's like, Kizzy, I need to see a breakdown of all of your work for every contract you've ever had with the federal government. Never. That's not how it's handled. There have been times where for my flagship company, inside of SAM.gov, they will ask for different reporting information concerning invoicing and number of hours. That's pretty much been it. There's been some other reports every now and again, but as far as someone coming in to review your books, it doesn't happen. That's why a lot of businesses have gotten away with creating these shell organizations. This is why many people may push a middle person approach. There's definitely nothing wrong with finding people to perform the work on the services side. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But you, the business owner, have to be involved, or whoever's operating your company. You must be involved. Because if not, you may not feel the consequence today or tomorrow, maybe not even a year from now, but you never know. Something could happen. There was actually a situation where someone became a whistleblower concerning a company who misled people around their set-aside standard, and that whistleblower ended up getting millions of dollars, and that company had to pay back, I think, $40 million. It's not the approach you want to take. And then those of you who are contemplating how does teaming work, there's got to be that value add. There's got to be a purpose. There also has to be that clarity around division of work. I want to add a big disclaimer. Sometimes the work can change. That happened. It happened in a big situation where going in, there was an assumption that my flagship company would receive, let's say, 12 FTEs, and the person I partnered with would receive, I think it was 15 to 20, something of that nature. And as things played out with that actual contract, turned out my flagship company ended up with two FTEs at that time, which is okay because the nature of the work changed. And that's the other thing to just keep in mind is it's not black and white in this space. Regardless of the topic in federal government contracting, it is not black or white. You must be flexible, must be knowledgeable, and you must always think about the greater good of your company to make sure you're profitable, the teaming makes sense, and you have clarity as far as the division of labor. Also, in terms of the division of labor, keep in mind that Prime Contractor could have another sub. What if they plan on subbing part out of their 51%? So it's a question to ask and to find out, because teaming is amazing. I was able to win one of the largest contracts that I've ever been involved in as a result of teaming, well over $20 million. It's been great. I started out as a subcontractor, and adding to that, I have no idea even to this day what their requirement was for their contract. All I know is I was asked to be a sub. I submitted a monthly invoice. It varied. It was one of my very first contracts. And I submitted a monthly report. 30 to 60 days later, I received payment, either via a check or ACH. I had no idea. There was no discussions around, you must do this amount of work, we must do this amount of work. I had no clue. And I don't want you to be in that position. I want you to be in a position of having that knowledge, because you are an amazing GovCon winner. Thank you so much for staying here with me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, check out profitablecontracts.co, and don't forget, everything is possible.